You guys, thank you so much for sliding into my DMs yesterday. Y'all had some incredible remedies, solutions, your opinions about what's happening to my skin. Thank you all so much. Listen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I was over on Instagram and I posted a reel about what was happening in my skin. Yeah, I'm having some interesting skin issues, and I've never had skin issues in my life. In my life, not even a pimple have I had. And so this is some hormonal stuff that's happening normal at my age and what's happening in my body. So this is all new to me. So a lot of you came to my rescue, like I said, and you were ready to share with me all of your solutions, and you were strongly convicted. And it got me thinking, of course, you would have strong convictions. Of course, we're just a reflection of one another. Of course, mirror neurons are at work. Of course, you are my people. So it got me thinking about convictions and when convictions are helping you succeed and when convictions are holding you back. So convictions are just strongly held beliefs or opinions. But I'm mostly interested in the convictions that are holding you back. Because I have some convictions that have skyrocketed my career, skyrocketed my relationships. Like I have very strongly held beliefs about certain things in my life that are super successful. And then there are things in my life that aren't as successful. And I have to wonder, what strongly held beliefs do I have that are holding me back? And so that's the question I want to ask you today. What convictions, strongly held beliefs that you have about an area in your life that are actually holding you back? And I'll give you an example, a quick one. There was a big project, a really big project that I was so excited about. Like every cell in my body was energized, my soul was alive. I was just like firing on all cylinders. Like my brain, my body, my spirit was all in alignment. I was so excited about this big project. And in my mind, and really in my soul too, I envisioned this being a movement, not just a project, a movement. It was going to transform a lot of lives. And I was so excited. And then somewhere along the line, my analytical brain and my ego stepped in and said, Denise, you're probably not cut out to do this. You're probably not the one to do this. And you don't have, the talent, you don't have the skill, you don't have the brains. You probably won't be successful in this. So, why don't we just tone it down a little bit? Somewhere along the line that happened because I started to notice that as the project was underway and had hired some contractors, had hired, some people to help me with this project, and my team was on board, and I kept butting up against things. And then, 6 months turns into 9 months, 9 months turns into 12, 12 turns into 18 months. And I'm like, what is happening? Every time we take 2 steps forward, we're taking 10 steps back. And then 1 step forward and then 8 steps back. I'm like, what is happening? And I had to stop and ask myself, okay, this is insane. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I had to stop and go, I'm driving myself and my team crazy. I'm spending a lot of money on this project and there's nothing to show for it. And I'm not transforming lives like I thought I was. I'm not, helping my community. What is going on? And so I had to step back and ask myself, what's going on? Of course, the analytical mind and the ego wanted to go outward. It's like, well, there's, misogyny here and there's some racism. And of course, they're not going to grant me these federal funds because, of who I am. And, they don't appreciate a Latina like me. And there's just no way they're going to help me succeed. So my ego went outward. And when you go outward, what's happening to your finger? You're pointing at everybody else. And so I had to go, wait a minute. all, thumbs back on me. What am I doing wrong? And more importantly, what do I have control over? Because I don't have control over the systems in place that are external to me that I can't change overnight. These are things that have been in place for decades, and there's a lot of moving parts in those systems. And I can influence some change, but let me spend my time more useful and valuable, right? Because my time's super valuable. I'm like, what's more useful at this moment? Questioning what I have control over. And that's when I had to ask myself, what are you doing right now that is causing the impediment? What are you doing? What do you have control over in this moment? And I had to ask myself some, really tough questions. And it's called extreme accountability. I had to stop and ask myself, okay, what's the problem here, Denise? I'm looking at all the systems that we have put in place. I'm looking at my team. I'm looking at the contractors, and they're great. And so what am I doing wrong? What am I doing to cause this break? What am I doing to cause this stalling? And I realized it was my fear of success. Fear of success is something that a lot of my high achieving performing clients talk about. We're running on that treadmill, and we hit, a big boulder in the middle of the treadmill. Well, our path, not the treadmill. That would be super dangerous. But either way, it's dangerous. So you're running head on, and because you have the confidence, you have the talent, you have the skills, you have the group of people, the resources as well, financial resources as well. You got everything you need. So then what happens? Then you're faced with a big boulder right on your path. And you're like, okay, but that boulder was not there before. What's this boulder doing? Where did it come from? And can I move it out of the way? And that boulder represents a lot of the unconscious beliefs that we're strongly holding on to for whatever reason. Listen, there's conditioning, there's programming, there's our culture, there's reasons that we can talk about, but what's important is the self-awareness. There is a boulder in my path, and what is it, and how do I get it out of the way so I can keep on going? And for me, that boulder was fear of success. Because if I was too powerful in this project, because I knew this project was going to transform lives, and with that transformation came a lot of attention. It was going to come with a lot of responsibility. It was going to come with a lot of power. And if I'm too powerful, then these people over here are going to be intimidated. These people over here are going to talk about me. These people over here are going to say that it was just luck. These people over here are going to question my credibility. These people over here are too scared of my boldness and too scared of my power. And so there was the boulder, because I kept trying to plow through it without acknowledging what it was, what it really was. It was a strongly held belief. However it got there, it got there. But now I know it is there. And that strongly held belief is holding me back. And that's when everything opened up for me. And we're now back on path. We're now back on track. We are now ready to transform the world with this incredible project that I have been working on with an incredible team of mine. I'm so excited about what's to come, all because I got the boulder out of the way. So you can't move the boulder without the awareness. So the awareness has to come first. So what is your conviction? This conviction, a strongly held belief that's holding you back from succeeding in this area of your life. What area is it? You know what area it is. Is it your health and well-being? Is it your relationships? maybe a relationship with a parent, maybe a relationship with a lover. Maybe you don't have a relationship right now and you are looking for one. Maybe it's your business. Maybe you're trying to transition out of corporate leadership into consulting, into your training and development company. What is that conviction? What is that boulder for you that is in the way of your path? Because I know you have lots of convictions. I know you, my people. I know you all so well because there's convictions that skyrocket you. Like, I mean, I've got so many of those. But it's not until you realize I'm butting up against the ceiling or I keep running into this boulder and I don't know what it is. So now let me do some digging to see what is the underlying conviction, which again is just a strongly held belief that's holding you back. That conviction is what I want for us to look at. Those beliefs are what I want for you to look at today. So pick the area of your life that you're having some trouble in, that you're being challenged in right now. Is it your leadership practice? Maybe. Is it your health and wellness, like I said? Is it intimacy, relationships, your finances, your business? What is it? There's an area right now that you have a boulder in front of. It's keeping you from succeeding. And that's the one I want for you to look at for the next few days or so. And then you're going to DM me over on Instagram at Dr. Denise Simpson. And I want for you to share with me in my DMs. Listen, slide in there because you have been sliding in there already telling me what to do with my face, which is, how I was so inspired to do this episode today. So I want to hear from you, leader, because it's important that we talk about this boulder, find awareness around this boulder, and then get it off of your path. Yeah. All right. I hope you found today's short but sweet episode very helpful because I have been looking at some other convictions that are helping me right now, and some convictions that I need to address the boulder on the path. So we're in this together because we're just reflecting each other. So, mirror neurons working at its best right now for both of us. Okay, so reach out. Let me know your thoughts. I'm here to support you. Thanks so much. I'll catch you on our next episode. Take